welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, and I'm here with your readings for June the 17th through June the 23rd. So listen, thank you for all the likes, shares, comments and new subscribers. I really appreciate you. If you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return again next week. If you are returning, thank you. Guys, I really appreciate your love and support of this channel. Thank you so much. These are general readings, guys, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Please don't assume that everything I say here is applicable to you and your life. If you would like a more in-depth, personal, more tailored reading, then go to my website. The link will be below and you can see the types of readings that I offer. And there's a range of prices to accommodate everyone. Now, another way you can support this channel is by checking out my Patreon page. I post things on there that I don't post anywhere else, though I have to admit this last week I have been a little laxy-daisy in posting anywhere, actually. That's a story in and of itself. But I do, so check out my Patreon page. You can support this channel for as little as $1 a month. Actually, even little if you want to just do a one-time donation. And no donation is too small. It's all really helpful. And you know, and it's okay if you can't do that too. You know, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends and family or on social media. Now, I also have a Facebook group, guys, and it's a closed group. If you can, the link to join that group is below in the show more section. In fact, all the links are below. The links to the other videos are below. Everything should be below. All the links to the videos, all the other videos, if you're checking out your sun, moon and rising. These readings come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this, and then the weekly astrological aspects, and then the tarot reading. So if you're checking out your sun, moon and rising, you can skip the intro and the astrology section, and those timestamps will also be below. Now, what do I have to do? Yeah, in my group, every 2 weeks I do a live feed, and you know, and I do kind of astrology for what's going on in the day, and then I, you know, have my cards and I do readings. So it's fun. Join the Facebook group and we discuss, you know, you can post something in there, you know, that's uplifting and positive, and we'll all love that. I am releasing, I am starting a course, a 4-week course on how to meet your spirit guide. I will be releasing that in the next week or so. I'll be releasing the date. The first ever course will be an interactive course. I will be present, you'll be present. We'll do it in a 4-week section, 1 hour each week, 1 evening. So we will, you know, that information, it's really inexpensive for a 4-week course. That's, you know, that the information on that will be, go to my website, you'll see it. And so I'll be releasing a promo for more information on that shortly, and you can check that out. And other than that, hey, let's go to your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading for the 17th through the 23rd. Now, Monday, June the 17th, the full moon in Sagittarius happens at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the full moon is when the sun is opposite the moon and illuminating it. That's why it's so, such a beautiful, it's directly opposite, so it's beautiful and luminous. And full moons shed a light on the truth. It kind of lights up an area of your life that needs addressing. Now, the moon receives that lovely light from the sun's giving the light. The sun is in Gemini, right? So this full moon is about communication. Gemini rules communication. Now, the moon is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is also about the truth, right? So, and it can be about litigation, the legal system, and injustice. Look, Sagittarians can tell you the truth in such a way that it can be offensive sometimes, because it's really, one might say, the brutal truth, right? Brutal honesty. So Sagittarius is about being truthful, right? And the moon is about showing you the truth. So there will be an area, it depends on where this full moon happens in your natal chart as to how it will affect you and which area of life it will affect you. Now, this is a karmic full moon, and full moons are always about completions, endings, and letting go, right? So perhaps we need to think about how we can release our karmic debt. And it's also about, you know, making the right decisions so that we're not accruing more karma, and that we are, you know, sloughing off the karmic debt that we have accrued in the past. The moon in Sagittarius is about idealism, sensitivity, and compassion, right? And it's relatively close to Jupiter in Sagittarius, and that Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and it's about optimism, positivity, faith, religion, and philosophy. We might be redefining our beliefs during this time, and perhaps there's a change in our belief system, or, you know, it's kind of shifted somewhat. I'm not saying a drastic change in, you know, your belief system, but it could have kind of shifted a lot. It might have got more deeper and more meaningful. And this change has probably been coming around for a little while now. It might be a good idea to ask yourself, what has changed for you? What has come to fruition that you perhaps planted a seed of at the new moon a few weeks ago? The energy around this full moon will be really intense, that it's so intense that you may feel a little restless at times. So you could be longing for adventure or long distance travel, perhaps even a spiritual retreat might be on your mind. Listen, we need to make choices that release karma, and we really don't want to accrue any more. So do your best not to judge others, and respect where they are at in their journey. Neptune will be playing a big role this week also. It has for a little while now already, but we'll talk more about Neptune in a moment. So it's really important to practice sensitivity, compassion during this full moon. Tap into that sensitivity, and it is about idealism. It's about, you know, helping others. How can we help others? How can we help the collective? That's what we need to be asking ourselves. It's kind of an exciting time, I think. Now, on Wednesday, Mercury gets really up close and comfortable with Mars. It feels like the pace is picking up, right? Things kind of move a little faster. You're more inspired. You know, your mental energy and acuity is abundant. So you're really on point. Now, you could kind of have aggressive language and perhaps and sarcastic communication could be likely. There may not be any filter from what you think to what you say. You know, that can occur. And look, this is really great for journalists and reporters, because you get right to the point really fast and, you know, quick without any messing around. You can be a little impatient during this time, like, oh, you know, you're thinking quick, you want the answers quick, that kind of energy. Now, on Friday, the sun moves into Cancer. Yay! Happy birthday, Cancer! Now, on this day, it is also the summer solstice. It's like the midsummer, right? It's the longest day of the year. It's when the sun is at the highest point. And so, therefore, the day is really long. So there's something to celebrate. Now, also on Friday, Neptune stations retrograde. Now, this is like your mind playing tricks on you. It's kind of confusion. It's a bit foggy. It's dreamy. You know, pay attention to your dreams, both during the day and at night. And be aware that you can go off in your head, right? Because, you know, when the planet's been slowing down for a little while now, Neptune. So creativity and, you know, and spirituality and intuition and psychic ability are all at play. You know, interest in the occult, like, you know, tarot and astrology is very, you know, people are very interested in that right now. It kind of feels like molasses, like you're walking in molasses. It feels like you don't get anything done. You feel it's a very distracting kind of energy. The best way to channel this is through creativity. You know, writing a story, writing, you know, visual arts, you know, video, anything that's kind of creative. That's how you channel this energy, and that's how you get the most of it. That's co-creating with it, right? Now, on Sunday, the 23rd, Venus opposes Jupiter. You could be spending a little too much time in the mirror, darling. It's very kind of, it's vanity oriented, right? It's very important how you look. You want to look fabulous. You want to feel, it's that kind of energy where you take people for granted and you take situations for granted. So it's like a feeling of entitlement. Just be aware of that. Be aware not to get too egocentric during this time, or, you know, I'm better than you, holier than thou, you better love me and you better do what I deserve it. Darling, it's very that. So luxury is appreciated, beauty, art, you know, that's perhaps where you should channel that. Not looking in the mirror, but looking at something beautiful like art, you know, listening to a beautiful music. That's where you can channel this energy. Okay, guys, let's go to your card, shall we? Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your tarot card section of your reading. One more shuffle. Okay, this is for Capricorn, for June the 17th through June the 23rd. What wonderful gifts, guidance and blessings and helpful information can you give Capricorn for this coming week? 3 cards for Capricorn, please. 3 cards for Capricorn. Three cards for Capricorn. Thank you. Oh, there's about 20 there. Oh, there's one. Okay, there's your card, Capricorn. Oh, there's another one. Is that one? Yes. One more card for Capricorn, please. One more card for Capricorn. There it is. Okay. Ah. These are clarifying cards for Capricorn. Let's see what we have here for you, Capricorn. Okay. Please clarify. There you go. Please clarify for Capricorn. Please clarify. Oh, yes. And please clarify. Okay. Ah, very interesting. Okay, here are your cards, Capricorn. The first card out for you is the Devil, darling. That's your card. Clarifying the Devil is the Justice card. And then you have the Hanging Man. And you have the 3 of Pentacles. Then you have the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. The Devil. The devil's not a really bad card at all. He's a handsome devil in this one. He's a distraction. He is about too much emphasis on the material realm. That's why I say, you know, it kind of represents Capricorn in a way, because it's not that you have too, you know, you're very ambitious, right? And it's all about gaining wealth, and material wealth. So this is, you're being asked to not put so much emphasis on the materialism. This can be a distraction. So you might be working way too hard, like a workaholic, or you could be shopping too much or spending too much, or perhaps you're, you know, having too much, I don't want to say have too much fun. Who has too much fun? But maybe I can't imagine you ignoring your responsibilities at all. But I do think that you could get distracted. And, you know, we're all going to get distracted this week to a certain extent with Neptune at play. But look, clarifying the Devil card is the Justice card. And the Justice card is about balance. It's also about doing the right thing for the right reason. So this is about not taking any shortcuts at all this week. Even if you're tempted to, don't do it, because it's very important that you play everything by the book when the Justice card comes in. It's funny because the Justice card is holding the sword, so it's about the truth, right? And this is really what's going on astrologically for us this week. You know, it's about telling the truth. It's about doing this in a way that's good for everyone, not just you and yours. This is really for the higher good of everyone. You know, this is karmic debt. It's releasing the karmic debt. It's making sure that everything is done above board and that you are not accruing any more karma. So you want to release that karmic debt, Capricorn, and by doing the right thing for the right reason. And I've always thought, you know, you're ruled by by Saturn. You know, Saturn is your planet. And so you're into rules and regulations and being above board and doing the right things. But sometimes you can get a little persuaded by a handsome devil, perhaps. Don't be persuaded by the handsome devil. Don't move over here to something that's all bright and shiny. But I feel for some of you, if you have any kind of litigation going on, that if it'll come down in your way, look, it's going to come down in the way that's the best for you. Now, having said that, it may not be what you want, but this is ultimately going to be the best for you, Capricorn. And I'm saying that because the next card you have is the Hanging Man. And he's like hanging there like in a yoga pose, right? And he's hanging about. He hasn't got anything to do. So he's got time to kind of look at something from another perspective. I feel that there's something going on in your life that you need to kind of take a look at from a different angle. Look at it differently. Think of it outside the box and not from such a personal perspective. You kind of have to look at it from somebody else's perspective and how it looks to other people. And look, clarifying it is the number 3, the 3 of Pentacles, teamwork. I feel that you've got to kind of bring in other people into this and think about their well-being and what's best for the team, what's best for everyone. So something is going on, Capricorn, that you need to kind of step out of it and take a look at it from the group perspective is what I'm getting. I feel that you need to look at this from the group perspective. So you've really got to, think what's the best for the team, right? There's something's going, it's definitely teamwork that I'm getting here. Be a team player. And that means that you have to kind of, so you may kind of be, you may have that urge to kind of take things for yourself, right? It's the material gain, whatever this is, but you're being asked not to. You're being asked to share it. You're being asked to share this with the team. Now, I don't know who this team is for you. That's all I'm getting is team. Now, you have the Page of Swords. So this is about, you've got 2 Pages of Swords. Whoa. No, you've got Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords is going to deliver a message. You're going to kind of see the truth in this situation. This is about telling the truth. There's somebody's going to come up with the truth, and maybe somebody will confront you about being, I don't want to say greedy or selfish, but selfish kind of comes up to me. Self-serving, maybe, self-serving. I feel that somebody's going to come up to you and point that out about you being self-serving, and you don't want to hear it. But it's important that you hear it. It's really important. It's not really an insult, or it's not a mark on your character, but it's something that you need to kind of think about. It's not something you are consciously doing. I'm not getting that this is a deliberate act on your part, but it's something that you have perhaps unconsciously been doing in a situation. You may have been more self-serving. It could even be your family that's kind of pulling you up on this, Capricorn, and they may be saying, look, you know, this isn't right, whatever it is. And you've got the Ace of Swords, which is an opportunity. This is the Ganesh of the tarot, the Ganesh of the tarot. This is obstacles and blockages are being removed. I think the truth will set you free. And you are being asked to look at this from a different perspective. So don't take it so personally, even though you feel it's very hard not to take a message like this personally. But it is, you know, it's really, you'll work off your karma. And this is a new beginning for you. And it's kind of, it's not an easy beginning, because, you know, it's a slight, you feel that it's a slight on your reputation almost. But it's not you know, it's not a slight on your reputation. It's just the way things are. And it's not like you're being judged. It's like people are aware that this is kind of unconscious for you. And so they just want to bring it to your attention, and you can grow from this and you can start afresh. Consider the whole team whenever you make a decision. It's include everyone into it. You're being asked, you know, to be a team player. That's what I can say. Start looking at the situation that you're in, your life, from the perspective of a team, and not just, it's not you solo. It's you with others. Capricorn, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video and share it with friends and family. And comment. I live for comments and feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.